Mr. Marc-André Fredette, Director General for Eastern and Southern Africa at Global Affairs Canada, Excellencies, High Commissioners and Ambassadors, members of the Diplomatic Corps, leaders of Rwandan communities in Canada, represented here by the President of the Rwandan community in Canada at the global level, Mr. Joachim Mutezinare, friends of Rwanda, dear compatriots, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Je suis très heureuse de vous accueillir tous ce soir alors que nous célébrons notre journée nationale. 2018 marque le 24e anniversaire de la libération du Rwanda, Kwibohora, comme on le dit dans notre langue maternelle. Cette occasion, qui est célébrée le 4 juillet de chaque année, nous rappelle notre sombre histoire, marquée par des politiques de haine, de divisionnisme, de discrimination, de meurtre et pire encore, le génocide de 1994 contre les Tutsis, qui a coûté la vie à plus d'1 million de vies innocentes. Alors que nous célébrons cette libération, nous rendons hommage aux jeunes hommes et femmes du Front patriotique rwandais et de l'armée patriotique rwandaise qui ont tout donné. Beaucoup ont payé le sacrifice ultime pour arrêter le génocide et libérer notre pays. Distinguished guests, as a nation, we own that dark past and all its mistakes, but most importantly, we remain committed to continue the journey of positive transformation of our country for a brighter future for its people and for generations to come. Today also gives us a good occasion to look back 24 years ago and all the achievements we have realized. While many doubted the capacity of Rwanda to return on the world map, the resilience of our people and the leadership of our country have changed the course of our destiny by rebuilding from the ashes. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Kwibohora, or liberation, is more than a celebration. It's a time to reflect on our progress so far, reassess ourselves, and redefine strategies to fulfill our vision to become a knowledge-based, service-oriented, and middle-income economy by the year 2020. A lot has been achieved in the past 2 decades or so. I would like to share with you some of the major achievements. On women and politics, women hold 64% of seats in Rwanda's parliament, which is more than any other country in the world. Thank you. May I also add that recently, Rwanda had sent its first ever all-female contingent for UN peacekeeping mission in South Sudan. On education, with 61% of the population being under the age of 24, the Rwandan government has made education a top priority. The government spends 17% of its budget on education and has made primary and secondary school compulsory for both boys and girls. On health, 90.6% of the population is enrolled in Rwanda's national health program that we call Mutuelle de Santé. Due to greater access to health services, there has been a decline in death from diseases like malaria, which saw an 85.3% drop between 2005 and 2011. This has also contributed to a significant decrease in maternal and child mortality. On economy, Rwanda has made significant progress in restoring the economy of pre-1994 levels with an average annual GDP growth rate of 7 to 8% since 2003. On investment promotion, the government of Rwanda continues to promote private sector-led economy, aiming at fostering both local and foreign investment by undertaking reforms with the objective of making the country a favorable place for investment and ensure sustainable economic growth and development. I wish to remind that last month, Volkswagen, a famous German automobile company, has opened the first car assembly plant and launched a car-sharing service in Kigali, Rwanda, as part of a larger plan to play a leading role in Africa's emerging automotive industry. Excellencies, distinguished guests, these last years have been particularly interesting for Rwanda at the regional and international stage. Some highlights include the following. At the 27th African Union Summit in Kigali in July 2016, African leaders tasked President Kagame of Rwanda to lead a new effort to reform the African Union Commission and the Union to make them more efficient. The 29th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of the African Union, held in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, in July 2017, elected Rwanda to lead the Union for a period of 1 year in 2018. In April this year, Rwanda has been selected as host of the next Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM, to be held in 2020. The United Kingdom Prime Minister Theresa May made the announcement at the end of this year's CHOGM that took place in the British capital, London. In June 2018, President Paul Kagame, who is also the chairperson of the African Union, was invited by the Right Honorable Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, to attend the outreach session of the G7 Summit in Quebec. Together with other leaders and policymakers, they reflected on the theme for the outreach session, which focused on how to build healthy, productive, and resilient oceans, coasts, and communities. Enfin, le Rwanda a présenté la candidature de l'honorable Louise Mushikiwabo, ministre des Affaires étrangères et de la Communauté de l'Afrique de l'Est, au poste de secrétaire général de la francophonie, organisation à laquelle le Rwanda appartient depuis sa création. Les élections de l'Organisation internationale de la francophonie sont prévues du 11 au 12 octobre à Erevan, en Arménie. Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, certes, nous nous réjouissons de toutes ces réalisations, mais nous sommes conscients du chemin qui reste à parcourir pour atteindre notre vision 2020 et devenir un pays à revenu moyen dans un futur proche. En ce qui concerne notre coopération avec le Canada, nous saluons les différentes rencontres cette année entre nos deux dirigeants, le très honorable Justin Trudeau, Premier ministre du Canada, et son Excellence Paul Kagame, président de la République du Rwanda. Ces rencontres ont eu lieu respectivement à Londres et au Québec. Les deux dirigeants ont longuement exploré les opportunités de partenariat, aussi bien au niveau bilatéral que multilatéral. Permettez-moi enfin de finir par quelques mots dans notre langue maternelle pour m'adresser à mes compatriotes ici présents. Mwakoze cyane kwitabira ibi birori byo kwizihiza umunsi wo kwibohora ku nshuro ya 24. Uyu ni umunsi duhura tukishimira ibyiza byinshi twagezeho kuva inkotanyi zihagaritse jenoside yakorewe abatutsi muri 1994. Ibyo twagezeho ni byiza, ni byinshi, biranashimishije. Ariko n'ibisigaye gukora ni byinshi cyane. Niyo mpamvu uyu munsi ari umunsi wo kwigenzura, tukareba aho dukwiye kugorora, gukosora n'izindi ngamba dukeneye gufata kugira ngo tugere ku terambere rirambye nk'uko tubisanga mu cyitekerezo cyacu cya 2020. Merci beaucoup, thank you so much, and enjoy your evening.